Hello everyone, I wanted to make a quick short video, a quick short share. Because I had quite some bad messages coming in. One regarding my health that was going to, without getting too much into details, but which will probably lead me to have to get an operation. And the other one regarding my finances. I lost over $1,000 on two different places in my life, and it was such a emotional roller coaster this week. Yeah, I had moments of hate, of acceptance, then of hope, then of whatever, you know, the whole array of human emotion. And I realized that's what it's all about, you know, to really live the whole human experience without expecting that everything works well all the time. And you know, even though I just experienced really quite some bad things, I'm still at peace, because I allowed myself to get into those feelings, you know, especially when I lost the money. That was way worse than the health issue, actually, because with the health issue I kind of saw it coming, and I was kind of ready for it subconsciously, and now I'm happy that I know what it is and I'm going to deal with it. And I'm usually a very lucky person, so I think it will be for the best in the long run. But that finance stuff, it caught me off guard, you know. But both things, you know, at first it made me super emotional. Then I went into these emotions, and it was like it was anger, it was extreme sadness. And after I really felt into it and I really immersed into it, you know, it felt so much better afterwards. And there's nothing, you know, to get lost in it now. You know, I know what are the challenges. I know what I did wrong, and I'm going to do it differently next time. You know, there's no more pain now. You know, just acceptance and, how should I say, and kind of a hopeful, positive outlook. And this is not this toxic positivity, you know, which is just avoiding the things that are not going well. But this is more like really appreciating the ups and downs of the human experience. Because especially in spiritual circles, or in, I don't know, mindset circles, coaching circles, it's always about, you know, you have to stay in a high vibe, you have to stay positive at all time. That's bullshit. You want to feel those lower feelings. You want to have the whole array of human emotion, because then the good feelings feel so much better when it's balanced out by harder feelings, you know, by sadness, for example, and vice versa. You get to appreciate it so much more when you feel something good, when you are coming from a bad space. Yeah. And it's great for me to see that all this inner work, you know, it is really paying off. Because, you know, objectively, those were some really bad news. And for example, if after the operation I couldn't use my body anymore in the way that I would like to, this was always like a horror image that I had in my mind, you know, that I couldn't work out anymore. But it is, you know, a test of faith and the trust in the universe, and I know that things are going to work out for the better. I could imagine maybe it is just, you know, a dip before things are going much better, actually, because I've put in a lot of work into myself and into all my areas actually. So I think, and that's especially true for guys, it is so beneficial for us to have a connection to our emotions. I mean, for me personally, it is way more difficult to feel into my body than to listen to my head. Yeah, I'm usually thinking a lot, but when I manage to bring my head and my heart into balance, you know, when I'm able to feel the things that are there and not let them bottle up or just approach things from a purely logical perspective, you know, it's like such a cleansing. If I would still, you know, imagine I had heard this from my doctor, yeah, you might have to get an operation, and I would stay in the logical realm, yeah, and just constantly trying to reassure myself, yeah, you will be fine, don't stress yourself too much until you have clarity, blah blah blah. It would be a constant you know, a constant loop in my mind. But that's just because there was an emotion that was not felt, I think, and something that was unexpressed within myself. That's why it would come up in that loop all the time. Now that I've felt it, and I was really sad and angry for a short time, it kinda vanished, and I'm really at peace right now. And yeah, that's very remarkable. And that's actually all I wanted to share. So maybe it had some value for you. I hope so. That was just like an inspired share that I wanted to do. So have a great day, my friend, and goodbye.